other people are big deal. They're just a bit of, they're just jumpers or t-shirts. I'd have a couple of hundred shirts, so in fact more. But so trying to pick sort of 20 or 30 just to show off here. See, I have a few displays in the house, which takes a very long-suffering and understanding wife. My dad was football mad as well. The bedroom, me and my brother Kenneth, our bedroom's just full of posters. There's no particular teams. There's the World Cup 1970 poster, England. Anything to do with football we were into. Harry Neal's, sort of in the early 70s. Pat Jennings, and then say that's my Sammy Nelson one. That's the one that he gave me, which started it all off. Gloria Honeyford had started a programme in the afternoon, A Taste of Honey he called it, and so she actually started to do a bit of a swap shop, just let kids ring in and arrange wee meets. Sammy Nelson's mother and father, mum and dad brought us in and showed us in their living room and had a few wee trophy cabinet, and then just when we were leaving she handed me like a bag, just said, our Samuel had said, if you sound interested and you're keen to give him this as a gift. My mum actually said give the lady the mouse trap for her son, and she said I don't think you understand. My son's like 28 years old. He lives in London, plays for Arsenal. Value wise it's not anywhere near up the high scale of a lot of the other shirts, but I mean it's one that I would certainly never part with. Training kit, just absolutely class. Like I say, they don't make them like that anymore. This actually means so tiny because it's schoolboys, but it's just like the size of number 8. But it would have been one of the earliest shirts with a number on it, an international shirt anyway. There was talk about the museum or heritage centre opening, so I'd applied yet. So I think there's about 18 of us actually do it, just as volunteers. So it's very interesting, very rewarding. This is my favourite. Willie Irvine and Bobby Irvine both played for Northern Ireland. For Willie Irvine, who's say roomed with George Best for years, played at the very top level. For him to say at the end, without doubt, it's probably one of the best days of my life. The family have kept in touch with me since it. Kate and William still haven't rang, so that's why I'm giving number 1 to pull to them. Carson. I remember in the interview room, there was a pilot programme from a South Korea match left over. He came in here and there's the photo. He's in Josh McGuinness's wee cubicle. He said, programme, it's like I'd give him £100, typical 9-year-old, bit of a raker, just winding each other up. It's the bit satirical. It's hard. The next day, they'd only landed in the resort. Knocked down and killed the drunk driver. So, I'd say my own son's, he was 9, my own son's 8, so I hugged him well that night. I had the buggy up and down, just from the entrance of Boucher right to the ground, just for anybody who has mobility issues. Big Glenn, he was such a character. We went the games together for years. So last year, he passed away. It's not the same, the match nights. So it was probably because of what was working with Glenn, and when Glenn died, they decided to use the mobility cart. Just anybody. In fact, a lot of the elderly, they look at me a wee bit sheepish and you're saying, come on, work away. So I just go up and down all night before the match. Mobility issues at all, or even if you're just knackered, say it's only maybe 300 or 400 yards, but those that avail of it are more than happy. In fact, some have said, it was getting to the stage they wouldn't be able to go to the matches, so it's make yourself known, come on down. Alan Manis, in fact, I got quite a lot of his shirts just recently. What we agreed, the cheque was wrote to Cancer Research, so he wouldn't take a penny. So we beat Greece, and I was pit side with Glenn, just at the final whistle. I had a France flag with me, but I didn't want to bring it out. Obviously the temp fate, but when we'd won, I had brought it out and was waving it. Gareth McCauley was actually over at the side of the pitch where we were, and I called him over and gave him it. He obviously held it up, and that's the iconic photo. It gives you a bit of a warm feeling, knowing that it's yours. So when the campaign started, Jonathan would have been 12, 13, and he'd said, if we get to France, can we go? And I mean, the chances of us getting to France was like 0, basically, the 1%, so that's it, not a problem. And of course, it came true. So, but again, I told Johnson, take it all in, enjoy the ride. So that was actually just before the Lyon Ukraine match, before it started, and it was, meaning 40 odd years of going to football everywhere. That tops it all.